Madam Chair, the risk, um, one can say yes, if you if you don't have uh, if you take to in order to balance the budget, if we had to take 100,000 from the fire department, um, are we running a risk? Yes, you can run a risk that you are short of money until we have the money. If we have to comply with the instruction of balancing the budget, and there is no indication where the money is coming from as yet. Madam Chair, if you're going on a family vacation and you only have $5,000 to spend on that family vacation, you cannot spend 15,000 because you would like to do this and you would like to do that. If you're going in the supermarket and you only have 50 guilders, you can see the steak that you would love to have, you can see the drinks that you would love to have, you can see the fresh greens and vegetables that you would like to have. But if it's only 50 guilders, when you reach by the cashier is not going to tell you, go ahead, man. I see you're eating healthy, I see you're eating fresh, I see you really need these stuff, so it's 150, go ahead and with the 50. That is not how it works. So, Madam Chair, we can debate from today until next year what the risks are, because we have less funding in education, less funding in public health, less funding, but we got to go back to the reason why. It's because of not having an approved budget in 2015, having overspent in 2014, 13, 12, apparently every year since 2010. And at a given moment, the Minister of Finance, along with the Council of Ministers, said, we are going to pull up the handbrakes, but there is also an instruction, not an instruction given to this government, an instruction given to the previous government that has failed to balance its budget and has failed to present acceptable proposals to amend the budget of 2015 and was heading in another collision course with the CFT with the budget 2016. So, Madam Chair, we can, every area where less money is projected than before, one can say is a risk. But as I said, as we go along, and one can say, yeah, that's a risk in itself. But Madam Chair, we can write checks that because we are government, maybe the banks won't return. But at the end of the year, if we say we are going to eliminate all possible risk, then we're going to have a budget deficit of probably 30 or 40 million. And then we are back to square one again. So it is either that we're going to have responsible budget management and realistic budget management than to say, well, you know what, we need to add another 200,000, so add it. But if you add 200,000 to the expense side, you got to have 200,000 on the income side. And that is why I indicated projections are so far, it looks like we will get some 10 million in proceeds from profit from the central bank. That is the case, and it's not a matter of, oh, the government gonna fall because now the ministers are going to fight, but then it would have fallen already because ministers/ministries had to fight for where the cuts are going to come from. So if it didn't fall based on cuts, I don't see why it should fall based on there is more to keep all ministries satisfied.
The next question, Madam Chair Lady. What is the cause of the short staff situation? The reason why most departments are short staffed is due to the fact ministry started with insufficient personnel at 10-10-10. A government-wide freeze in hiring new persons. Insufficient funds to hire new persons. Does the Minister of Justice have an approved formation? Can you please provide me with the formation documents? There is an approved formation of the Staff Bureau and Judicial Affairs Department. Justice came over from the Netherlands enclaves incomplete because it was a new organization for the county St. Maarten. The point of departure was that necessary completion and structuring of the ministry would take place based on the needs. At this point, there are proposed changes to legislation and various documents that have been drafted pending finalization. Another question, Madam Chair Lady. Can you please provide me with a list of how many people were hired in 2015 and what was the total cost? In total, 39 persons have been hired and the total cost was 2,489,6,079 guilders. Can you elucidate why overtime is also increasing? There is too much talk about lack of personnel. In addition, there are a number of activities during the year, example Carnival, Heineken Regatta, the Christmas season, that require additional police presence to ensure the safety of the public. Also, the dark hours worked, these are the hours between the 6 p.m. and the 6 a.m., are included in the overtime figures, which give an inaccurate indication of the amount of actual overtime worked. The overall cost of the budget account voting is decreased. Does this pertain to food expenditure at the prison? And if yes, what action plan has been put in place to reduce these costs? What is the current procedure for purchasing food at the prison? Yes, it pertains to the purchasing of food of the inmates. The prison is presently work on a public bidding, and we believe as a result of the bidding, the cost will decrease. The overall cost of the budget account maaltijden has also decreased. What action plan has been in place to reduce this cost? How are these costs monitored? The ministry is in the process of reviewing all the maaltijden bonds and putting a new policy in place to lower the cost, bearing in mind that the maaltijden bonds are tied into the overtime work. Burial insurance. Why was this not budgeted? Is this a structure policy for state funerals for our fallen servicemen and women? I believe this question means the life insurance. Yes, I'm busy preparing bidding for said insurance. There are provisions reserved for burial expenses in the general budget post to cover the cost of burials. It is an amount of 4,500 guilders per employee for all civil servants.
Bob, I see you got a new couch. Now you don't have anything else to worry about. Uh-oh, but don't worry about it. With your Be Sure home insurance, the contents of your home are all covered for free.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah, for free. Bob, I can understand why you're parking so carefully. Of course, when you can get 80% discount on your Be Sure car insurance. But that's overdoing it, Bob.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah!
Here we go. This is freedom, this is life. Happiness is all I'm seeking. Carpe diem, I'm seizing every day, not just the weekend. Here's to all the good times that have come to last. Here's to living in the now.
When you can afford what you crave, life just gets so
So
good.
alive and I'm feeling good, so good, so good, so good. Hey, I'm gonna live my life, feeling good, so good, real good, so
KFC, so good for everyone.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Life is a journey full of connections. You're in safe hands even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. When a bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing can bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Telcel, when you want.
Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000 guilders real easy. Island Finance. For education, a renovation. That's no problem. Yes, it's true. That's not all. They're quick and friendly too. Island Finance. Appliances, vacations, even fix your car. You can depend on Island Finance.
The line of questioning, I specifically asked in the beginning, and all of the ministers have my questions. I asked, were the ministries able to accomplish any goals that were budgeted for in 2015? The Honorable Minister did indicate the projects or the activities, etc., the goals, but I asked for also the cost. That was not given. So I would like that question to be answered. Also, Madam Chair, the minister indicated in my responded, can the Minister of TAZVT, that TAZVT, provide me the list of economic development initiatives for 2016? The minister indicated that we are in a catch-22 for public consumption. Can the minister clarify this catch-22? The minister answered on how long has the 12 million guilders from the casinos been outstanding. That was, so how long has the 12 million been outstanding? The minister answered beginning from 2007, it was outstanding. Madam Chair, can the minister clarify this? Because when the Minister of Finance was here, the minister indicated that the laws that governed the whole casino licenses started from 1969. Calculation, 47 years with this law. And it's just changed according to the Honorable Minister. January of this year, it will be implemented. Madam Chair, for my quick calculation, from 1969, 47 years. It's in 5 increments. So you break that down to 9. You times that, let's say 12 million per year. Are we saying that there's 112 million we've lost throughout this period? Can the minister clarify that? Because I'm kind of lost with this. If we started from 2007 or we started from 1969. So can the minister indicate when did we start? When did these monies start expiring? Explain that, because that's why I asked how long has the 12 million been outstanding? And truth be told, it was only yesterday I really understood that it actually expired. And it was expiring all the time, so that was a great eye-opener. So please give that explanation. Madam Chair, I also look at the minister's response as it relates to Asecura system. What exactly is this Asecura system? Can the people understand the Asecura system? The minister also responded with consumer authority and consumer protection. Madam Chair, in light of the fact that I asked the minister to come to Parliament to speak about the Consumer Protection Agency, and just to give that statement is insufficient. Let the people understand and explain to me what's going on with the consumer protection and this consumer authority. Christmas just passed. We just bought a whole bunch of products. Visitors have been here. No protection for our consumers. So what is the status? What exactly is the ministry working on? Can you explain that? Because that was the purpose for bringing you here to Parliament, and that meeting has never transpired. The minister also talked about the school bus mobility plan. Can she please give an explanation of what this school bus mobility plan is? In addition to that question I asked, Madam Chair, that's under the ministry's responsibility about positioning the bus. An explanation needs to be given because the former minister, Minister Marlin, indicated that in the question of what is being done to ensure the safety of students on the school buses. A few years ago, we lost the life of a young school child, Madam Chair. And one of the things that I found out is that in actualities, it's wrong if the buses are not allowed by law to cross the road. That's illegal. Can clarification be given? That's why I'm asking the minister, based on what the former minister said about that positioning of the bus, has that been, I'm not going to ask it as a new question, just clarify it, because in actuality, that's the direction I'm going with it.
Well taken, MP.
And the last, Madam Chair, it says here, the harbor only paid 1.8 million guilders, and the question has been sent to the harbor to answer, but Mr. Mark Mingo is not there, so they're going to wait until that information is been given. He's back. I'm assuming when he's back, then Parliament will get that response. Madam Chair, am I to understand that it's only Mark Mingo can give these answers? So Parliament have to wait for whenever Mark Mingo comes back to St. Martin for the Parliament to get those answers? Is Mark Mingo the only person that have that information?
The government is currently carrying out an assessment of the functioning of the Department of Domain Affairs, based on which we will look into the current situation with the long lease canons and assess where these may need to be reviewed. There is currently no zoning in place with the exception of the plan of Fort Amsterdam Peninsula since 2001. Zoning will be a priority for this government. Question 5, septic truck fee. What happened that we need 250,000 guilders? Is it new contract? Explain. This income type was previously budgeted under the incorrect budget item. It was under the keuring elektriciteitsinstallaties. It is therefore a mere budgetary correction of currently applicable VROMI income. Septic fees are levied per septic truck by means of applicable bonds book, which are purchased at the receiver's office. Question 6. Specify VROMI and education investments. That one also similar to question of MP Marlin Romeo. This will be in the area of road network expansion, sewage network expansion, upgrading cemeteries, furthermore the finalization, Fogo Housing Project in cooperation with the St. Martin Housing Development Foundation, and also continuing with district improvement, as well as living up to government's commitment with regards to external funding. Question 7, page 39, transition landfill, no figures by it. There has been a new contract signed, but does not see it reflected. Where can I find it? The amount here is shifted to budget post 43439 over underhoud in order to capture this budget in the category maintenance. For reporting purposes, this gives a more clear picture of the ministry's activity. Question 8. Reconstruction and maintenance of cemetery, no budget, were taken up in budget for me. The amount of 150,000 guilders is budgeted within district maintenance, budget post 910, district and underhoud. Furthermore, it is the intention to prioritize construction of burial vaults from the capital expense budget once applicable loan is approved. Those was the question posed by MP De Weaver. Question posed by MP Sarah Westcott Williams. I miss the Nature Foundation in the subsidies institutions. Does not the management of the Marine Park require such? This is budgeted within cost center, budget post 9115 within the category beheersovereenkomsten.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
In my opinion, everything is perfect and you would be great for the job. But I see here that there's a 2-year gap in your resume. What did you do?
I was hospitalized for mental illness.
Oh, mental illness?
I've undergone treatment and I have a wonderful family that supports me.
Well, that is good news.
No, it's fine. I'm recovered.
We'll contact you, okay?
For a better understanding of mental health and what you can do to stop mental health stigma, please go to the Mental Health Foundation's website at www.mhf-sxm.com.